What's going on, guys? Captain Marvelous from Midwest Tokusatsu here. Today we are reviewing the Beast Record Converting Zord from Power Rangers Beast Morphers. So we are going to look at all three of his forms, his combination with the Scarab Zord here. And we are also going to form the Ultrazord, and also I'm going to show off the Megazord Mode with the Scarab and Zord in this one because I didn't show it in the last one, so thought might as well do it here real quick before we go to Ultrazord. So just bear with me. Starting off with the box here. See him inside there. Box art on the front. His other two modes you can see there. Let's get some light in here. Box art on the side. Here on the back you can see all three of his modes. Everything else in the line. And just like the Cheetah and the rest of them, really, you have box art of the Megazord and Ultrazord. So, that's about it for the box art. It doesn't really take that long. So now we're just going to move into the toy itself. Okay, so here we have him in his battle mode, and as far as accessories go, looks like he comes with these two blades here, and for this mode, he only needs one, which you would just slide in right here. And there you go. So, just like with Battlezord, or the Racerzord, excuse me, looks like nothing paint-wise seems to be noticeably missing here. Looks pretty on par with the Japanese version from what I've seen, because once again, I don't have the Go Busters. I don't have the Go Busters mech to compare them with. But all of his paint details seem to be here. And as far as articulation goes, it doesn't look like he really has any. So I think they really only focused on that part for the Racerzord. So, I mean, it's not a big loss there. I mean, we're pretty used to really having, or to not really having Megazords with much articulation. So I'm not really disappointed on that end. Anyway, it's about all he has, really, for... didn't mention. His arms at least move. Oh, that's new. I didn't know it could go that far back. So, as far as articulation is concerned, his arms can at least do that. And same with this one here. Okay, so first, because the instructions say so, we are going to take him into Beetle mode. Let's bring him forward there. We can start taking his weapon out there. Open up this compartment on his chest. This takes some nails to get into. There we go. Take out his arm, or his arms there. Fold in the head, but first fold back that horn. Close it back up. Head's gonna lock in there. These pieces, well, first we gotta separate him. So there's a button here, a release tab, that allows him to separate like that. And then we can fold those back. Hold on, my light's flickering. Then we can separate the legs here. Alright, then I believe the instructions say to fold in the feet on both. Then there's a button on both legs. You push right back here that allows you to slide them in. And make sure when you do that it goes behind that tab there, so it goes all the way. Same thing with this one. Push the button, slide in. Make sure the tab's in there. And voila. So I believe we can actually put them back together now. Hold on, think it goes like that. So, okay. Oh, what's next? So now they're going to reconnect. All right. So up this way. There we go. Then on the bottom. Thought that was. Oh, sorry. This is the bottom here. Pull this peg out, and the horn is going to connect right down there. And last but not least, we have our leg pieces. So these pegs you see here are going to peg in right here. And I had a bit of a rough time getting them in at first, but I got them in eventually. There we go. It's going to angle out like that. Same over here on this piece. Hold on. I got to get this right. There we go. Then you have him in his beetle mode. So once more, I don't have the Japanese version to compare him to. But this guy, as he is pretty big actually. Just because of the horn alone, I guess you can call him a little bigger than the Zord. But for what it is, this mode looks pretty nice. It's not my favorite. I think the battle mode might be the best out of this bunch. But let's get an underside look there. Okay, so for record mode, I guess we can start by taking. Well, we don't really need to take that off, but we can fold up his horns there to make the crane. We can take his legs off there. And then hold on, guys, I'm still reading the instructions here. But I know you fold the front wheels from over here. Oh, shoulder pieces, my bad. Shoulder pieces fold up, and then the front wheels fold in like so. And they peg in right at the front there. Let's take that off, just to be safe. I don't want to spin it or break anything. But you can turn the crane there toward the front. And then as for our little blade pieces there, looks like they just lock on here. Sorry, that was a bit confusing. Okay, so they lock on here. I got interrupted there, but fold the second piece out here, and then plug in the blade there. And here we have him in his wrecker mode. So I think this is probably my second favorite mode out the bunch here. Like I said, the actual battle mode I think is the best for this one. The wheels don't seem to roll all that well. Maybe it's because of the surface I have here. The crane though looks like it's got a decent range of motion from side to side as such. And then just for an up close view, here you go. So now I believe we can bring him back to his battle mode, and we can show off some of the Megazord mode or modes with Scarab and Cheetah, like I said before. So let's go to that. Okay, so now for Megazord mode with the Scarab Zord, and from what I see, it looks pretty self-explanatory. So what the instructions show, just take his side pieces off there. Pull out the rocket bit. Take the back off there. Leave that peg's in there. Let's see. Okay, so I got it. So for the Scarab, you strings together like so, and then for these legs back here, I guess to make it more... Hold on, that's probably not in there tight enough. So that it's not in the way, and that the connection's tighter, you're going to slide this onto the arm divot you see here. Like this, and you see that wants to split apart, but it just takes some trial and error to actually get it. So let's try it again. Maybe that peg's in the way, I'm not sure. Hold on, I had this before. Crud. Why it's not working now? I'm on camera. There we go. Ah, crap. We will get this. It's just a matter of trial and error. So, there we go. I think that's about as good as it's going to get. So next you want to take this peg on the chest out here. That's where this is going to plug into. Go to the back, peg this onto the back of the Scarab. I think that's where it goes. Doesn't want to stay too well, but there you are. And then last but not least, fold up the visor on the head. And here we have him in his Megazord mode. So as far as playability goes, I like this mode fair enough. It's just not my favorite, but hey, more playability, the more the merrier. Yeah, I don't want to move him too much because you see stuff like that tends to happen where that back piece just kind of fell off there. But we'll just keep going without it. And I already kind of forgot what they called this mode in the show, but I'm sure I'll learn it again soon when the show comes back. Now, as I mentioned before, the Scarab will also combine with the Racer Zord, which we're going to show right now. Okay, so to combine it with the Beast Racer Zord, it's going to be almost the same as the Wrecker Zord with a couple of exceptions, but take the Scarab as is, make sure that rocket piece is gone. Then you're going to want to fold, and I think the front peg, so it's not blocking your connection there. Was it the back one? I think it was the back one. Sorry, my bad. So fold in the back one. It's not to block your connection. You just peg it in up there, and as you can see, it doesn't stay together very well. We can just put him back. And that gives a little extra weight on this side, and he kind of wants to tip over there. But make sure you keep him balanced, I guess. Then I believe this goes back here somehow. Whether it's this way or... I think that's it. Then the headpiece just goes there. And then as for the rocket, you're just going to plug it in to his fist here. It adds a bit of a tight connection. Let's just do a quick cut. Okay, so I finally got it in there, and it doesn't seem like it just slides in there. It's actually going to be a pretty tight snap when you plug it into his fist. Like, you'll hear the click. And I guess this is another Megazord mode, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, of course, it's by no means the best, but like I said, the more the merrier with playability. Like, there's so much playability with these Zords, like, I don't mind. Like, the more you can get out of it, the more you're getting for your buck. So, with that out the way, we can finally move into making the Ultrazord. Alright, so we have everything we need for the Ultrazord. We're going to start with prep, starting with the Scarab Zord, so let's go. Okay, so for the Scarab Zord, we're just going to take him apart, basically. So, start with the headpiece. Take off these sides here, which will now be arms. And, hold up. Take off the back piece there. And that'll do it. Alright, moving over to the Megazord to prep him. I believe we're going to, first and foremost, take out his arm. Or his arms. This cavity's kind of hard to open sometimes. Yeah. There we go. Here we are. Fold in his head there. Close that back up. Separate him with that button once more. And then at this point, you just separate him. Fold back his feet. Collapse the legs. There we go. Same here. And that should actually be about it for right now. So now we'll bring in the Beast X Megazord. Alright then, so to prep the Beast X Megazord, we can first and foremost take the gorilla head off there. Take off Rabbit's arms here. I also want to take the sword out too, so yeah. We can leave this back piece in, I believe. But now we can take the feet from the Megazord. Take these two blade pieces. You're going to want to fold these in. And those, I believe, we're going to just peg in on the sides here. and just plug them to the bottom of Gorilla right here. Well, just so I do this safely, let's just do a quick cut. Alright, so I've got the feet on, and what I recommend doing first is take the Gorilla legs off first before you attach the Megazord's feet, because during the combination, the Gorilla legs have a tendency to kind of fall off. They're kind of not the best connection. So, FYI, just so you don't have any parts flying or falling off. But next, I believe we can attach the back piece now. So, take Gorilla's head here, peg it on top, like so. And then this is going to slide back here on this connection there, and you kind of see it wants to lean backwards. There is a bit of this backpack adds a little bit of unwanted weight to the whole thing, but we'll even that out soon. And then Rabbit's arm, so you can just fold her fist in, and then those are going to connect at the top here. Oh, I think this is how it goes. On the sides of Scarab there. And that backpack is really taking a toll. Let's straighten this out a little bit. Okay, so next up we can just kind of take Scarab's arms here. Make sure these pegs are out. Put the arms in their corresponding slots, and also might want to fold Cheetah's fist back there just so nothing's clashing up there. I'm not sure if it's show accurate, but it's just to make sure I have a secure enough connection there at that point. So I guess we can remove this head here, because this is not the right head for this mode. Let's see if I can take this off easily. Keep the back piece. You just put on the proper head. Alright. Next up, you can take the jet piece from Scarab, plug that onto the front. Rabbit's chopper, plug that there like so. This rocket piece plugs into the hand here. And lastly for the staff here, just going to fold it straight. I think you attach Beast X Megazord's head right up here at this portion, the top there. And then the sword is just going to plug in top there, and this peg here will plug in to his arm. And here we have the Beast X Ultrazord. As you can see, there's a lot going on with this guy. Like, this is really one of the more complex Megazord sets that we've gotten this past decade. Obviously, like, he's a big guy. Now, the backpack piece seems a little heavy, but once you get the chest parts on, it tends to balance out a little bit. And for the staff, I've heard people talk about how the sword connection isn't the most snug. That doesn't seem to be the case with mine, because it's there seems to be enough friction to keep it in there so it doesn't fall out. Now, for the legs on Gorilla, as I mentioned before, like, it doesn't seem that there is an exact connection to keep it in place tightly enough, because it tends to fall out really easily. But aesthetic-wise, I really like how he looks, because, you know, in the past, Bandai probably wouldn't have given us anything close to this kind of quality. So that's going to just about do it for Beast X Ultrazord here, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to follow me on Facebook at Midwest Tokusatsu. We are also on Twitter and Instagram, and we are also on Patreon as well, and you can support me there if you feel so obliged. And this is your captain, signing out.